I was originally Johnson, and I'm Underwood now, and I'm 87 years old, and I went to school here from the first to the 8th. I was born in Oak Grove, up here before you get to East Town Mall, and I lived there all my life. I'm 87.
What school did you go to?
Oakland, all through the 8th grade, from the first to the 8th.
All right, so I see you brought this picture.
And that was the 4th grade class. This was the 4th grade class in 1941. I think it's 40.
Where are you in that photo?
I am right there. It's a lot of fun memories.
Can you tell me any of those?
Well, it was just really, it was exciting to be. I live about 7 miles up the road, but we went to this church. After we got teenagers, you know, we'd come down here, and sometimes we'd be here, and then sometimes we'd go to our church up at Oak Grove. But it's just nice. I mean, I like that I lived out here all my life. I lived up at Oak Grove all my life, and I still live up at Oak Grove.
Did you go to high school?
Austin. I finished Austin High School in '51. And I'm married. I had 7 children, 6 boys and a girl, and that was my son that came in with me, and one of my grandchildren. And but my homeroom teacher down here was just 2 grades, 2 classes, and my homeroom teacher was the Talisa Dennis. And we came down here to Bible school and stuff, you know. But I kind of liked it, you know. I didn't know nothing else to do but come here. And I went down here till I graduated the 8th grade. Then I went to Austin High School, and I graduated Austin High School in '51. And I had 6 boys and a girl, and they all went down to Oakland School, and then they went to Gibbs. Hey, we lived here all my life at Oak Grove, and so we'd have Bible school down here sometimes, and visit down here with Foster Chapel. And our church was Oak Grove AME Zion, and it's about 7 miles up the road. My oldest son finished, and then he went to Tennessee Tech. In fact, all 3 of the boys, or 4 of them, went to Tennessee Tech. They finished. My daughter went to UT. She was the youngest one. Well, we went to Oakland, this little school right here. That's where we had to go, and they carried us, picked us up at Oak Grove in a car and brought us down here. And we went to school here at Oakland, and then that was me. My children went to Gibbs when they went to Merida Elementary. And when they finished Ritter, they went to Gibbs.
Can you tell me anything about your parents?
Oh, my mom and dad, we lived at Oak Grove all my life.
What were your parents' names?
Samuel Johnson and Edith Johnson.
What was your mother's maiden name?
Edith Armstrong.
And were they both from here as well?
They were, yes. We lived at Oak Grove, and my mother's from Sunrise.
What did they do for a living?
My dad was a carpenter and brick mason. He belonged to the Brick Mason Union, and he worked Oak Ridge and different places, you know. And my mom graduated high school, and she worked at Beverly Hills. She worked up there in the kitchen up there.
Do you remember your grandparents?
Oh yeah, my granddad lived up off of, up at what they call Sunrise. That's my mom's home, that's where she lived. And he lived to be 93, and then my grandmother died, and mother brought him down, and he stayed with us until he passed.
What were your grandparents' names?
A lot of people called him Uncle Bill Armstrong, and he was a slave, and he's a Baptist preacher.
Do you have any memories from when you were in school?
Oh yeah.
Can you tell me any of those?
Well, it wasn't too much, kind of school, 2-room school. I went right up here. And it was, we didn't know anything but that school, so that's, the only one we had to go to.
How many people were in your classroom?
I guess it's about 25, 30 in each room. It was just 2 rooms.
And how many teachers were there? Was it just
2 teachers.
And did your family attend church?
Oh yeah, we attend church up here at Oak Grove. That's where I live. My granddad was the minister, and that's where my granddad, he preached up there.
So you all were pretty involved with the church growing up?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
How often did you spend? How much time did you spend at the church during the week?
Well, we had on Wednesday night was prayer meeting, and we had choir rehearsal on Wednesday night, and we had a Bible study, and I'm trying to think what else. We had Bible school in the summertime. We either came down here or over here, and then we lived at Oak Grove, but we didn't have a large community, but we still lived there. I still live there.
Do you have a favorite holiday growing up that you looked forward to?
A what?
A favorite holiday?
Oh yeah, getting to go to Chilliwack Park. We'd come down to Bible school, and we'd walk from Oak Grove, about 6 miles, I guess. We walked down, all of us walked down here, and we went to Bible school here in the summertime, and we had played ball, and just it was fun. We walked from here to Oak Grove every day to Bible school, and then when Bible school was over, we walked home. We had we had picnics, Sunday school picnics, and then in the later years, Concord was built, and we'd go to summer camp. Remember, Neal was I guess the county school might have furnished them. I don't know exactly where they came from, but they were white, and they taught us about all about the Bible, and it was just we were segregated, but we didn't know we were segregated because we played together every day, and it was just a community, And then my daughter-in-law she was a teacher, and she taught at, I think it was out at Oak Ridge, or I believe it was out at, she lived in Oak Ridge, and she was my daughter-in-law, and of course the children's She's married my oldest son. Son married my daughter-in-law, which is oldest. She was white, and she went to Oak Ridge to school. And all my kids finished college. They all finished college. They had to go to school. That was a must. You go to school, and you go to high school. You finish high school, go to college. They all went to college, and some of them were teachers. They all went to Oakland, down here to school.
So you told me you got married after high school. Who did you get married to?
William Anderson, my high school sweetheart. And we got married, and we had 7 children, and we were married till he died. And I guess he was about in his 60s or something.
What did he do for a living?
He worked at Robert Shaw Fulton. You know where Robert Shaw, down here on, over next to the University of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. He worked over there, and he worked over there until he retired.
Oh, he did that all his life? Huh? He did that for his whole life?
Yes, he did that for his whole life. And then Sam and John and James, Wendell, some of them worked at Robert Shaw, like the dad did. They worked at Robert Shaw. All of them were involved in the sports, and their dad played football at Austin High School, and then my second oldest son went to Tennessee Tech and then Cooksville. He graduated from Tennessee Tech, and then some of them taught school, were school teachers after they graduated from high school and everything. They went to college, and they had to get an education. That was a must in our family.
That was really important?
Oh, yeah, I did.
That was very important?
Oh, yes. That was a very important thing in our family. It was very important.
Were they the first people in your family to go to college?
All my children went to college.
Did anyone before them go to college?
My mom.
Oh, really?
Casey, Knox College.
Where did she go to college?
Knox College, yeah. But all my kids, all of them finished college.
Is there anything that you'd like to say about this community, or?
Well, I lived in Oak Grove, but we would get together for Bible studies in the summer times, and of course we had picnics and things, And of course we went to elementary school 8 years right here at Oakland, and that's the my fourth grade class, and we went right up there and my mom lived at Sunrise, so she graduated from Knox College, and my mom worked at Beverly Hills at the sanatorium over there until she retired. It was kind of hard to get decent jobs back then, But it was just really, it really wasn't what you say a hard life. But it was, I taught them that they had to get an education. That was impossible. That was impossible not to go. It was a must. Well, I graduated from high school in '51. I went to Austin, and we had to go from up there where we lived. A bus picked us up and took us to Austin. And I graduated from Austin, got married. I had 7 children, and oodles of grandbabies. And the boys, some of them taught school, and Well, all of them were in it, education. They taught school. Well, I wouldn't say it was ideal their job, but they had a job, a good job, and they worked until they graduated and then went to college.